One of the lasting images of Irma, the mass exodus out of Florida. Millions evacuated, only to hit traffic jams and gas lines. And for those who stayed, they had to hunt for water wherever they could find it. So what's to stop this from happening again? Here's ABC Action News anchor Paul Legrone.
It became just a logistical nightmare.
You know, it was, I would say, controlled chaos.
Hurricane Irma gave you two bad choices: stay and deal with this, or leave and deal with that.
It was a supply issue.
But despite the headlines, there was never a shortage of fuel or water during Hurricane Irma. There was just no way to deliver anything during a statewide storm.
We had product, but couldn't get it to the store.
So many Floridians were leaving at one time, that fills the roadways, and so that makes it really difficult for the trucks to be able to get to and from the gas stations.
At Port Tampa Bay,
About 10 million people depend on their fuel coming through this port complex.
CEO Paul Anderson and his team watched Irma from an icebreaker, but the port had to be shut down.
Is there any way for that to be avoided, or is that just the price you pay in that kind of disaster?
Well, I think it's the price you pay for living in our beautiful state.
State lawmakers promised solutions, issuing this report proposing 78 different recommendations ranging from fuel reserves along evacuation routes to using railroads to distribute gas. But none of those ideas passed before the shooting in Parkland consumed the Capitol.
The other liquid in high demand, water. You couldn't get enough of this stuff fast enough.
At Publix,
We're bottling water literally months in advance.
they're already making adjustments for the next storm, and they're asking customers to do the same.
You don't have to buy it all at once.
Exactly. Just buy a couple of items each week when you're shopping, and it lessens the pain.
Easing the pain of the next disaster, a responsibility we all share. Paul Legrone, ABC Action News.
After Irma, law enforcement was flooded with calls from people who had been taken advantage of. These scammers were especially prevalent in the hardest hit areas of the Bay Area. Most of the times, these criminals target people who are trying to fix storm damage and are often not licensed or insured.
Somebody walks up and asks them, oh, I can do this for you and I can do that. They naturally say, oh, that's wonderful.
It makes you sad as well as angry.
So the top scams post-disaster start with fake contractors, after which phony inspectors and workers. Additionally, bogus pleas for donations. And lastly, free grants, free offers before hiring someone or making any sort of donation. Now make sure you do your homework and make sure they have the appropriate credentials. Still to come here on Stormwatch 2018, Hurricane Irma taught us that some changes are just necessary. The new requirements for nursing homes and assisted living facilities that will happen this year, and how some places are already taking action.